Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak 2 Part 31. In the previous video we did some talking and then we did our big side quest with Lashkar, which was pretty interesting, where we kind of got to somewhat resolve his character arc, also somewhat resolve Mystery Gray Man, who has been confounding us. I mean, his backstory has ended up being pretty standard. It was just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting how like much time was spent into him as like this background NPC character. It's pretty cool. With him being like, referenced consistently throughout, last game and this game, and having dedicated side quests. Pretty nifty. So I guess we're just gonna talk to peeps. We do have a side quest in Old Town. I don't know if we'll get around to that because we still have Trion Tower, all of Tyrell, all of Station Street, and all of Old Town to do. So that's at least like a video and a half there. Probably. Let's see. But let's get to kicking. Or get to, something. Get moving, as they say. We went sightseeing with a couple that was quite familiar with the area last year. They managed to show us places that weren't even on a map. What was that place you went to? I would love to see it again. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. Mistress, I think it might be best if you forgot about that establishment. Perhaps I can show you a more interesting spot in exchange. We should also make sure to keep the view of Trion Tower in mind. Perhaps we should test it out. What do you think, Johan? Yeah, you're right. We should try and hold an event on the roof. The atmosphere would be quite compelling. However, I have a feeling this equipment setup will present an issue. Still, I think it'll go I'm not copying you, old man. Still, I think it would go a long way to boosting the West End department store's overall intrigue. If we try and think outside the box a little, I'm sure we'll be able to pull it off nicely. Ah, think outside the box, eh? Don't you think that's a little too vague? Well, I suppose nothing will change if we don't at least try. I'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Wanted to move the mic a little bit because I feel like it was a little too close. You're right, I'll try and keep that in mind. At any rate, I'll be doing a little tour of Trion Mall today. Perhaps they'll have something that could give me a bit of inspiration. As for whether or not we'll be able to make their strategies work for ourselves, well, I suppose that's the real question, isn't it? We'll make our own Trion Tower. As long as they're willing to change with the times, the manager can always play to the store's strengths. Nostalgia has its uses, but you need to let go of the past eventually. The future holds so many new opportunities after all. Yeah, I mostly agree. Actually, I'm in the planning stages for my next venture project right now. The problem is, is this a future that's actually trying to make things better, or is it corporate hellscape? We're still brainstorming, but I'm sure my next great idea is right around the corner.
Let's go.
I was just testing to see if I can synchronize my laptop's writing software with my T-phone. If it works, I'll be able to write even when I don't have my laptop on me. The amount of time that could save. I'll be able to complete all my reports in no time. Maybe I'll even finish this one earlier than I thought. Yeah, and it'll all be like horribly misspelled or horribly autocorrected. I wouldn't want to write a report on my phone. That sounds fucking horrendous. My list of interests has expanded rather significantly lately. That's why in addition to my studies, I've been considering submitting a short essay for one of the Institute's competitions. And now the T-phone allows me to use all my free time and travel time to work. Should have no problem getting it done. I mean, if you're just writing like notes, that makes sense, but actually trying to write out like an academic paper on your phone? Nah, dog. That's not for me, at least. Maybe she's built different. It's possible. Well, if it isn't Anya's and friends. Odette and Birdie, what are you two doing out so late? We wanted to meet up to go over today's events. Yeah, thanks for your hard work, you three. Little Birdie told me you guys were doing some investigating when you noticed the bomb. If it weren't for you, there's no telling how many people could have been injured. So, really, thank you very much. I can be grateful for your job this time at least, Agnes. Of course. Yeah, it was no sweat. We're just gonna make triple sure Van rewards us when he gets back. But before I forget, we had something we wanted to pass on to the two of you. Oh yeah, it was listed all the clubs participating in the festival along with what kind of activities they plan on doing. I know you guys transferred here mid-semester, so I figured it might help you gain your footing a bit. I didn't think I'd see you until after school, so I actually left it at my desk. I'll give it to you tomorrow. Wow, that's so nice of you. I can't wait to see what all the clubs are doing. Thanks, Daddy. Birdie. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Wait, back up. Did you just call me Daddy? Wait, have we had this conversation before? Why does it seem like we've already had this conversation? Ahaha! Albert still has some of his memories? Well, I guess that's alright. Everything should still be on track. Wonder when Rin's coming back. Same. I know I've grown a lot for not being able to lean on her all this time, but there's still so much work. I was awfully impressed by how Miss Toa dealt with that incident. Yeah, when she put out her gun. Being able to deal with issues under duress isn't a skill everyone has, after all. Well, I mean, she has saved the world a couple times at least. Maybe she's been in worse situations in the past. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. My grandma was finally discharged from the hospital. Hey, I remember that. Her health was really on the decline last year. I figured she might be leaving us for good. That's why I asked Archive Solutions for help in visiting her, but to think she'd actually improve? Anyway, thanks again for going through the trouble. It really meant a lot to me. Yeah, unfortunately your questions were fucking stupid. Driving between the trucks or drive around, whatever. It was something stupid. I can't remember. I'm glad to hear she's doing better. Van's not with us at the moment, but I'll be sure to tell him later. My grandmother was finally discharged from the hospital. Her health was really on the decline last year. Okay, I'm just saying the same thing.
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
Ellen's been awful chummy with Wesley lately. Well, that's fine. It was actually something else I've been worried about. Something Ilhan can get a little caught up in sometimes he can get a little caught up in new ideas. For example, this new venture of his. I feel like it's going to be more of an issue than it's been in the past.
I can handle any maintenance.
Any maintenance? Okay. Can you maintain my old quartz and make them work again? Because for some reason, I have to replace all my quartz? Because I guess they put out a fucking software update and it bricked all my existing quartz, even my legendary rocks. It doesn't make any damn sense. I'm telling you, man. This country, honestly, this continent, I'll give Calvert that. They're not the only ones to suddenly have to make everyone get new technology every 6 months. My pure-blooded brothers and sisters of Calvert, take the time to remember what's been taken from you. Our identity as true citizens of Calvert has been tainted over the past century. We must come together to drive out these invaders. The future of our nation is at stake. Alright, any questions? Are you actually related to the nobility? No, my father's father's father was a peasant, but, I have it on good authority that things were better back in those days, and I'd like to be a peasant under the boot of the monarchy just like my great-great-grandpappy. It was good enough for him, so it's good enough for me. Don't ignore me, I'm telling you to step on your soapbox. I warned you about this last year, didn't I? If you refuse, I'll be forced to come back with a warrant. Yeah, get his ass. No. I don't want it, and you can't make me. Oh, don't be like that, Mayana. Starting next month, you have to go to class without me. That sounds like fun, right? But I'll always be sure to pick you up at the end of the day. How we do a little No, I don't want Mommy to leave. You gotta stay with me forever. It's been a while since you thrown a tantrum. I didn't think this would be such a struggle. Well,
Let's move.
I mean, that seems fairly understandable. Mommy needs to be with me always. I decided to have Mina go through a few test runs of Sunday school recently. She was fine with it when I sat in for her lessons, but she didn't want me to leave. Of course I can't come to all her classes. She just got to get used to it. She may be too young for this? Thought I remember being alright with it when I was a child. Well, you know, we're not all the same. Alright, that's work finished, and just in time for the final train, too. That means I can start my trip to Longport without any worries. Well, at least it's time until it's time for negotiations. Whatever, I'll make sure I live it up at the Eastern Theater tomorrow. Think we'll get this here.
That's just a rumor.
Just a rumor? I love rumors.
Saga of Ravana. Return of the King. Now playing.
Take that, Ronald. The lockup's a good look for you, bastard. Eat dirt. I remember from 2 years ago. Sounds like he's got quite the grudge against Ronald, too. Guess the news has already made the rounds. Obviously, I don't have all the details. This seems a little harsh. I don't really remember him. I know he was writing writing a letter earlier. Look at this! Someone just posted a special expose on Nina Finley. Apparently, she's the leader of a secret cult of church assassins. I didn't know you could get stuff like that in your T-phone. Now I really want one. She's so cute in that pic, though. Honestly, that natural beauty aesthetic she's got going completely sets her apart from the other celebs. Yeah, she's way better than that Judith Lannister chick. Gosh, she's so washed. She's like slot maxing here recently. Yeah, no kidding. She might not be as much as the glitz and glamour girly as Judith, but what she's doing works just as well. Her acting's supposed to be pretty good too, but honestly, I think her looks really speak for themselves. Totally. Oh, and her hair is so silky. Like, seriously, give me a list of all her hair products. I don't know if you'd be able to afford them. That or she's just built different. It's one of the two. Either she spends more money than you make in a month on hair, or she's just, you know, the greatest with no flaws. All people ever talk about is how good Nina's acting is, but don't you think she's like picture perfect too? I mean, she's practically a doll. I need all her I'm so awestruck by her beauty, I can't even speak. Oh, I need all of her skincare tip stat.
Okay.
Skincare tip stat. Skincare tip stat. Say that 5 times fast. It's real hard. I bet you couldn't do it. You probably couldn't do it. Not that I can't talk right now. It's just really hard to say. You know, I used to buy celeb tabloids all the time, but now the hottest goss is on the Orbalnet. Probably because the T-phone's been so popular lately. Man, this thing's really got it all, huh? So I do feel kind of tongue-tied. I did finally get around to recording some Ace Attorney again, so maybe that's why. That game does, it puts you in some vocal duress. I don't really know why, because it's not like I'm really doing all that much different than in these games, but I guess it's, I guess I'm just talking normally more. As opposed to in that, there's always like a slight voice, if nothing else, on everyone. I'll be graduating soon, and I've started applying to all sorts of vacancies in Edith. Keep getting lost on the bus, though, so I ended up getting my interviews too late. I won't let that stop me. I'll just have to add some time to being lost in my schedule from now on. Can we have a side quest with this guy, man? Like, Clutch needs to get on the bus?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Alright, that's the shopping done. Tonight's dinner should be wonderful.
Need fresh vegetables.
Still, I'm sure it'd be even nicer with my husband around. Life can get so boring without him. Kind of think of that girl you used to speak with. Beth, was it? It's been an awful while since I've seen her.
We invite everyone to come and
Let me
see
know
for
if you need
yourselves.
anything at all.
Fruit picked at peak ripeness, preserved in syrup, and sealed in a can. Yeah?
Please, come back anytime.
Something happened in Longport. A lot of their trade companies seem to be having issues lately. I'm a bit worried it'll start affecting our supply of imported foods, although I suppose we should be alright for the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Leland's not here today. He's been banished along with Raymond and Carol and
Look no further than Holden Grocery.
Jude. What was his name?
We invite
I don't think it was
everyone to
Jude.
for yourselves.
Jess. I was close. I mean, I just can't believe that all three of them got taken out, man. It's still like it sends me for a trip. I don't feel like have any NPCs ever been banished before? That's crazy, man. And it's like they weren't even just like complete side NPCs, right? I mean, they got like an actual like side quest and shit. And they've been sent to the Shadow
You
Realm.
will find a rest area surrounded by greenery.
He apparently went up the longboard to try and make deals with some other pharmacies. He also said he'd be meeting up with his family again, although he seemed a little conflicted about that part.
Allow me to assist. I hope to see you again.
Oh man, I thought I finally nabbed myself a good guy too. Guess he was only playing with me. Why is my love life such a mess? Am I doing something wrong? Well, I mean, you know, if you're just treating someone as disposable, you can only assume they're gonna treat you as disposable back. Wait a second, is that Marguerite? Well, I guess that's not so strange, but I think we'd be shopping here at the same time, like always, like we've always done the entire time. It's so surprising.
Rest area surrounded by greenery.
Should I maybe go and talk to her? Not like I have any other friends.
Should you need a break
If only I
from your
hadn't
shopping,
doubled down after
you are
finding out I
welcome to
misunderstood her.
relax there.
I didn't think that blade would ever look good again. Well, I guess I should have expected as much from you, Sylvie. I never get tired of watching you work. Just so you know, I don't give out discounts for kindly praise, but I can't say I don't appreciate it. Or I forget, just finished maintenance on one of your dad's guns. Lieutenant Colonel's packing some serious firepower. Think you can take it back with you? Of course, leave it to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Daddy's gun's all beat up, but that's just a testament to his skill in battle. My knight's got a few nicks here and there, but it's nowhere near his level yet.
That are directly sourced from farmers. Look no further than Holden Grocery.
I've known Sigourney for a long time, since she was practically in diapers. Honestly, the girl's engaged in a lot of serious training regimens. She doesn't really have that much to show for it. That being said, you can really tell how hard she's worked just by looking at her knife. You don't get nicks like that from wood carving.
If you need something custom made, I got you covered.
I'm looking. It gives you accuracy, takes you to 76. This takes you to 85, but you get no accuracy.
Thank you for visiting the Weston Department Store.
The accuracy might be... Well, you're always going to have a hit equipped, right? Especially once we get better hits. Well, we already bought it, so I guess it's getting equipped. Sniper glove. Gloves for a sniper. Yeah, sure, whatever.
I'll get more good stuff in stock soon.
And by soon, you mean, I don't know, 30 hours from now when we're in the next act?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
your
probably not quite
attention,
that long, but... It may be spring, but the nights are still far too
On the
cold.
roof of this building,
For a time, I will say, gosh, I wish the lady would shut the hell up. It's like I almost need to turn the environmental. It just feels like she's so much louder too.
should you need a break from your shopping, you are more
For times when the seasons are in a bit of limbo, I always suggest layering up with your apparel. Of course, if you have more questions about doing so, I'd be more than glad to help you out. Just wear a fucking shirt,
Welcome.
jacket.
Thank you for coming.
That's all you need. You just need a shirt and a jacket. Shirt, jacket. Don't live somewhere that's very cold.
Please stop by again.
That's all you need for life. Anybody up here? We don't hold events at night very often, but a lot of our customers like to spend some time enjoying the evening breeze once they're done shopping. Hopefully I'll have this stand up and running soon so they can have something to snack on. Make sure you stop by next time too.
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
Alrighty. We done? Yuppers. As they say. Anything popping in the old sewers? This is the entrance. You don't have any particular business? Yeah, okay. We didn't have any particular business stopping Armada and saving the world from being destroyed, but we still did that shit anyway. Take me to Trion Tower, cowards.
Okay. Ready to go?
Yo, it's the Mac Daddy Supreme.
Welcome to the Trion
Here's your
Mall.
stop, brother.
Find Trion Tower.
You're a real hep cat bringing a girl from out of town to a happening spot like this.
You'll also
The view at night from the observatory, brother's like nothing you ever seen before, brother. Bet that little jewelry box is gonna blow that little lady's mind. Don't mention that, or she'll figure it out. Still, I really can't thank you enough, sir.
the T-phone.
It was a lovely ride, brother. We appreciate you recommending us all those places to visit too, brother.
Technology that's lighting Calvert
I'm not you, am I? Hold the butter, sister. I'm just doing my job. Lady Luck deserves all the credit for this once-in-a-lifetime drive. You ever need another lift, just give old Giordano a holler. You hear? Yes, me ferrying folks around just ain't a physical journey, but an emotional one too. Take this pair of cool cats. When I brought them over here, the bond they share came along for the ride.
major landmarks.
A car can connect two hearts together the same way it does two places. Now, if that ain't poetic, I don't know what is.
Shops to peruse. Visit the new Liberal Boutique, which just opened this year, to sample a range of imported goods from the
Well, how about it? Think I can pass for a fashion-forward metropolitan?
They have everything from the
No.
products to
No. God, no.
expensive tomatoes.
What the fuck you... Absolutely not. I don't think it'll be quite that easy. You got a good figure, sure, but your sense of style is non-existent and your hair's looking kind of dry. Hey, that's... Yo, let's not roast him too hard. Buying a new full-body ensemble will mean nothing if you aren't conscious of the things on a daily basis. Also, you guys have the same hair, basically.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
You know?
You'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major
I mean, your bangs are slightly different. That's it.
You'll also find the Verne Store, a movie
Wow, way to cut a guy deep. It's okay to sugarcoat things a little, you know? They say the road to becoming fashionable is long and hard. But I know it isn't impossible. It has to keep at it. Flattery isn't really my strong suit, unfortunately. But my managers assured me that it isn't necessarily a bad thing, or isn't necessarily a bad thing. Well then, if a customer wants my opinion, I suppose I'll just be honest.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
I need to start thinking about our business strategy for the coming season. This time we're looking to play off Calvert's unique cultural identity, more specifically its advancements in visual technology. Could host a fashion photography competition, for instance, or collaborate with an up-and-coming movie and a new clothing line.
Fabulous time here.
Luckily, Volus, that is R&M, has ample funding. That gives us the leeway to try on just about any strategy we can think of.
Anything of interest?
Friggin' look how fucking smart these walkers are. Oh, okay, I get it. So men can't be smart, that's what you're saying. Also, you're saying that women can't be hard. Alright, okay. Well, I'm starting to see why Raymond had to be fucking exiled, Falcom.
I hope you found everything to your liking.
You'll also find the Verne Store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Holy hell. God, he's so fucking creepy,
Your
man.
visit.
Don't tell Tio. So, sometimes Mishi will come and pay them all a visit, even on days when there's no special events planned. This goes to show how fond he is of this place.
Your visit today.
Mihihi? Hi, I came by today to visit the Mihi movie theater. Out of curiosity, you happen to catch last year's big hit, Mishy and Boots?
Please proceed to the entrance.
Yes, I killed that kid, and yes, I'd do it again. The adorable lead role was played by none other than me. It was a laid-back, feel-good type of plot that also doubles as a revolutionary foray into the darkness of greed lurking in every living soul. You will not survive, miss.
Why not buy a souvenir?
Oh, sounds like my kind of story. How feel-good can it be with social commentary like that? Boy, oh boy, I sure do wonder what movies they're playing right now. There's so many genres to choose from. This theater's like a dream come true.
Visit today.
I won't have to make a wishy when I'm in here, is she? Nope. Something about this theater just rubbed me the wrong way. It's completely devoid of the vintage warmth the spirit the cinema has always had. So pardon me if all these shallow trappings nestled in a soulless shopping mall doesn't suit my fancy. I will be watching the basketball movie though. That shit sounds dope.
On sale at the shop.
All told, I can't deny that Stardust Cinema has a halfway decent lineup. 100 Days, and there's a masterpiece worth seeing. This place deserves a little more credit to me if they're willing to show a film as hard-hitting as that one.
Okay.
Sauce break. Sauce break. Breaking for the sauce.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing on screen 1 will soon begin.
Alright, we're back.
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Yeah, throat's getting super dry though. What I like about movies is all the fun touches they can easily miss. Like when a supporting character ad-libs in the background behind the main cast, for example.
Merchandise for the movie.
Or when small props they show for half a second foreshadows a major plot point. Just add so much to the experience.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
Yeah, I just like it when the writing's good, personally. I'm gonna be honest, all that shit, I don't care. I just like it when the characters say stuff that makes sense. Or is fun to listen to. Or interesting.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing on screen 1 will soon begin.
The Valician Enterprise that finance Trion Mall is the same one that owns the majority of Michelin Wonderland shares. No! Foreign invaders in my Michelin? They're gonna ruin it! That's why they keep forcing their redesigned Mishy to slave away as the mall's mascot morning, noon, and night.
On sale at the shop.
My heart goes out to him. Just talking about it's enough to bring me to tears.
Why not buy a souvenir?
Now I know Mishy is always close by, so that's one small joy. Nah, hashtag not my Mishy, man. I told y'all to invest in Mashi last game. I gave y'all the inside tip, and you're like, no, Mashi's a knockoff. Mashi's not as cool as Mishy. Yeah, you're looking fucking real stupid now, aren't you? Me, with my Mashi stocks, though, we're going insane right now.
Please silence your phones and enjoy the film.
Saves are over at 75. We usually show our more popular releases in more than one theater at a time. That way our customers can always get seats at different show times.
We have merchandise for the movie.
Honestly, as a lover of film myself, our cinema is like a dream come true.
Step right
Alright,
up.
Why not
what do we
buy a
got?
souvenir to remember your visit?
Okay, there's the 100 Days. I mean, I guess we could watch to see what does Anya's. You don't really do the conversations afterwards though, like you did with Van, right?
Thank you for your visit today.
Well, we'll watch just to see what they say, since Anya's is new.
The showing on screen 1 will soon.
Saint it. Treasure hunting sounds fun. We should pick that up as a side gig. We'll find some sparkly treasure, sell it, rake in the dough, and blow it all in one huge spending spree. You sound more like Willard than Rockford. Not to see your dreams crashing down to earth, but finding valuable treasures isn't as easy in real life. Sounds like it'd be a lot of work to me, especially since you have to venture to such dangerous places. I doubt your average person could manage it unless they were as capable as someone like Judith. Never mind then, I'm not signing up for that if it means I can't be lazy. I like being able to drop by the movies whenever I want. I'm not giving up that freedom for the world. I'm with you there. It's nice to drop by the theater and see great films like this every once in a while. I'm happy you both enjoyed yourselves. I'm sure it'd be nice to come here with Van again sometime. No, you're never seeing his ass again. I do kind of like it's like a kind of a group conversation though. Alright, let's see what 100 Days is about.
Step front.
What did it say the genre was? War?
Thank you for your visit today.
I thought it said water when I first glanced. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? It is mid-July in 1192, 2 months into what will eventually be known. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Become known as the 100 Days War. Under siege of the Imperial Army, which boasts overwhelming manpower, the Liberal Kingdom is on the brink of total occupation. Gransel and the Leiston Fortress are still holding strong, and soldiers all over the kingdom continue to push back against the Empire. However, the tides of war crash against them. The sight of a battered Annenberg wall surrounding the royal city stands in testament to that. With the walls, multitudes of wounded soldiers, empty cannons, and perforated ramparts, all signs point to its inevitable collapse. Among the remaining soldiers is Private First Class Rid, whose section of the wall is about to give way. Out of supplies and with no word of reinforcements, the soldiers succumb to despair as the Empire's tanks surround them. Then, amidst the hellish backdrop of war, Private Rid catches a glimpse of hope in a moment that would change the very course of history itself.
How can we compete with a military of that size? I guess this really is the end. Oh, Dad. I'm sorry I wasn't a better son. I'm so sorry. What was that? Where did those shots come from?
It's a bird.
Above!
It's a plane.
I apologize for the delay.
Oh man, why does it look so weird?
You can leave the rest to the mobile task force. Onward to victory and glory. The time has come to win another day for our homeland.
Okay, I can kind of... I think I was thinking his eyes were his nose. Or thinking his nose was his eyes.
Spirit of the Royal Armed Forces. Relinquish your fears and show them your pride. Victory is assured so long as we continue to press onward.
As those words reverberated in my ears, and as the tide began to turn, I was finally able to make sense of it all. The purpose behind our fighting, and those long bloody battles, was to buy time for this moment.
It was like the war equivalent of getting saved in a cutscene.
For three-dimensional maneuvers. Nothing like it's ever been attempted before, but I know it'll work. However, it will require full support from the infantry. Men, lend yourselves to our cause. For our country, for your homeland. The fate of the kingdom rests on this battle!
Those orders put the fire back into the troops, and rekindled a sense of patriotism towards our nation. As I stood there, unaware that I was witnessing a turning point in history, I took my gun in hand and stepped onto the battlefield.
I mean, it's pretty cool. Getting a little Skywind glazing in there. And even referencing old Richard. The character who I guess he is now most forgotten playable character. I mean, he's been like referenced a couple times, but 100 Days is a film about the 100 Days War that took place 17 years ago in Liberal. I mean, I guess, you know, you still gotta say old Kevin is most forgotten because he wasn't actually like a fucking main character and has been forgotten, but at least he did show up briefly in Azure, so, you know, he got that going for him, I suppose. And he got to shoot his fucking laser beam. That's pretty sick. That's cooler than anything fucking Leon's ever done. Loser. Honestly, I expected the film to be longer given the subject matter. For sure, they did a great job explaining it all in a way that was easy to follow. Verne told me a little about her adoptive father, but I never knew he was that amazing. Oh, I suppose I don't really know if that's what he was actually like. I think he's currently ranked Lieutenant General. Never met him in person either. Of all the movies you could have picked, we chose an educational one. We're such great students. I think we deserve a reward for a good deed. I'm gonna help myself to the boss man's tea cakes. You realize you're going to incur the wrath of Van again, right? Oh, right, they have brochures for sale. They aren't showing this movie outside of Edith yet, so maybe I should buy one for Van? Yeah. Having finished their break, the three of them resumed their work. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like some of the art there. Even though I will say, Richard, like, he fucking threw me, because I was like, something about the angle, I guess I was thinking his nose was his eyes, so his face just looked super deformed to me. He had, like, Gardevoir sprite syndrome from, like, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, where, I mean, I guess if you know, you know. There's, like, if you look at Gardevoir sprite in such a way, it looks like it has a really long nose and a weird face. I don't know. It was one of those things that I never saw Gardevoir right until, like, years after I played the game. I was just like, I don't know, for some reason Gardevoir looks fucking weird as hell. It's got, like, this long, pointy nose. I don't know what they were thinking. We usually show our more popular releases in more than one theater at a time. That's how our customers can always get... Yeah, okay, whatever. We don't have enough time to watch another movie? That's quitter talk. That's why you're just substitute Spriggans. Only you little fuck. Oh yeah, you better run. I signed up for the Moonlit Tour package only to wind up in the only single in a group of couples. Awkward, huh? Well, whatever. Here to have fun, not worry about what other people think of me. Honestly, pretty based. More based than me, man. I'd be way too self-conscious about that shit.
We hope you'll have a fabulous time here.
Our Moonlight Tour of the capital is now nearing its final stop. I mean, I guess it helps that it's literally just one other couple. That would make it a little less weird. But if it was like, you know, a bunch of people and they're all couples and you're just like this, I'm a fucking guy in a scarf for the camera, yeah, I'd probably end my own life. That's a joke, YouTube. Don't take that shit seriously. Let's make our way to Trion Tower's observation deck for a lovely nighttime view of Edith's skyline.
Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Mishy ought to be over at the movie theater right about now. Not sure why I'm confessing this to you, but I'm one of his biggest fans. I collect every bit of info on him I can find and build my schedule around his performances. The works. It may not show on the outside, but when Mishy turns up at the mall, I'm pumping my fists on the inside. You getting drunk, Elaine? Hello, you three still out on patrol? I imagine that's because you're worried about what happened with Lashkar. I suppose that's not even to mention what happened at Aramis. Can't say I blame you, but remember, you're only teenagers. As adults, it's our job to make sure everything's under control, not you. I know, like, our dialogue references the quest too. Given the nature of the job, you'd think Van would agree, but then he goes and brings 5 minors on board. By the way, aren't you guys from Elaine's alma mater? Mm-hmm, that's right. Oh yeah, I guess we did hear something about Elaine graduating from Aramis, huh? I think someone said you were even in Van's class too, and that you were both on the student council. And you made a play? Oh no, we totally just ruined the vibe they had going. Yes, Van did say to be careful bringing up the past around her. He says all the right things and runs away when things aren't convenient for him. I suppose that's how he's always been, though. He never was one to ask me for help. Is she drunk? Actually, there's no alcohol in these. Well, boys will be boys, as they say. Just make sure to keep a tight hold in the reins. Yes, ma'am? Maybe I shouldn't have sounded so eager. Matters of the heart sure are complicated. Alright, let's just get out of here before she comes back to her senses. Honestly. I noticed Regina's been working awfully hard recently. Much as I appreciate her efforts, I'd rather she not stretch herself too thin. Of course, the same could be said to you all as well. Don't forget, you're still only teenagers. If anything serious ever happens, make sure you call the guild before it gets too out of hand, alright? Yeah, that way other teenagers can come help us. Yes, ma'am, we will. Elena's experienced rewinds of 4 too, right? Yeah, they saved her more than once before. No need to involve her in what's going on now, though. Uh-huh. We can just hack at our own with this one. Everything I know about Elaine's relationship with Van is from what other people have told me. Not that it's any of my business, of course. Why don't we move on to some other topic? Here's a fun fact for you. I used to go to Ardent International High School in Rimferia. That means nothing to me, lady. If you want, I could always pretend I'm one of your old upperclassmen. What do you mean, pretend? Oh, okay, that's supposed to be like maybe where they're from, or they're pretending to be from. What do you mean, pretend? S and I are just your average garden variety school kids. If that cat wasn't out of the bag before, it sure is now. At least it saves us the trouble of having to hoodwink the guild.
They have everything from the latest ZCF products to expensive wines, and even a
Elaine and the other bracers come around for drinks pretty often, even on some of their busy days. That's why I always try and have a few non-alcoholic drinks ready for them. That's very thoughtful of you, Sheena. We appreciate it. Wait, what do you mean I'm not drunk? Seriously, there's a reason I'm always itching to come back. I'm glad to see your bar is so popular lately. Maybe they're just drunk off the atmosphere, you know, fucking Persona 4 style. I'm just glad to know it's up to customer satisfaction. It's always a pleasure to serve. Don't say that.
Hello.
Just say that'll be $5.99. That's all you need to say. You don't need to be like, oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Gosh, I'm so glad that I was able to live my life up to this point so that I could present to you this cocktail. Nah, lady.
Thank you.
To sample a range of imported goods from the Liberal Kingdom.
Trion Tower is simply lovely at night, and what could go better with a view than a good cocktail? I can also mix up something non-alcoholic instead. All you need to do is ask.
Acerbic tomatoes. Please check it out.
Okay, I gotta turn down the fucking environment. It's too loud. And it's kind of annoying because the ambient NPC talk is now too quiet, but the constant, like, voiceover, it throws me off. Mainly because I have to talk over it, but... And so, like, you know, reading the dialogue, saying it out loud, thinking about what to say, while also dealing with someone yapping in your ear, it's too hard. All that playing I did really wore me out. Wish we could go home now, but once Mom goes to the Verne Store, she takes forever to come out. She just stands in front of the T-phones the whole time. She's like a fucking NPC, man. T-phones. I just can't stop thinking about them. The mother of one of Bart's friends bought one recently. Honestly, they're really fascinating. My husband seemed to express some interest in it as well. Maybe I should talk about him into getting one? We've had more than a few customers asking about the T-phone today. Up until now, most mobile terminals like Arcus can only be used by public officials and military personnel, and small children who just freaking has them for some reason. Nobody really expected to have one for themselves. That's why it's my responsibility to make sure they're properly introduced to the T-phone. Kina's not here at the moment. Something came up apparently. But not to worry, I'm here. I'm here to take on all of her duties, so if you need any tinkering done, just say the word.
Allow me to assist.
High-class silver headphones. Well, I mean, that's all you had to say. This is much less black. No, I mean, you can keep your bear. I mean, we're not crazy. I mean, all the defaults are just better, man. Like, by far, it's not even close. You know what? I'm changing yours, though, because fuck you, Leon.
Hope to see you again.
Kinda went home a short while ago. She was looking a bit worried, though. I hope everything was alright. Maybe she can't stop thinking about Cray Village. If only there was something I could do to help her.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
I mean, apropos of nothing at all, you could give like a raise. I've heard that's what makes the kids really happy these days. They're like, oh man, Sure do love having a raise.
A range of imported goods from the liberal kingdom. We have everything from the latest CCF.
Who up getting a slot? Okay, that's not how you do slots. Who up getting a slot open? Eh.
Please stop by again.
Oh, I feel a sneeze. Is it a real sneeze or is it a fake sneeze? It's leaning towards fake. I think it's fake. Unfortunately, they don't make mine twos. They haven't figured out the tech for it. I guess you can take that, sure, whatever. Alright. I wanted to go get a case for my T-phone, so I figured I'd stop by the store on the way home. Apparently got earphones and device connectors, and maybe I should look into buying some. After all, why not make the best of my T-phone experience?
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Eden's
Now, maybe I'm being a hater, but I feel like if you gotta take out like a small loan to buy the phone, maybe it should come with that shit.
Verne Store, a movie theater, boutiques.
Ah, what an idiot is this holy name am I doing? Why am I standing in front of Quincy Parlor again? Oh, I can't control myself. Their fine cuisine is simply too pleasing to the eye and to the mouth, and there's no harm in buying one tart, right? Why shouldn't I? I deserve it. After the arrest of the Quincy Company's CEO, many of my friends started avoiding this store. It's not as if the flavor or quality of the sweets has changed. Those fools have just been swayed by public opinion. It's rather sad, really. Well, I mean, I feel like you gotta at least put like a 6-month moratorium on, hey, the company has been funding domestic terrorism. You gotta give it at least some time to be like, okay, you guys say you're changing, but are you really? I'm shaking my finger at you.
Visit the new liberal boutique, which just opened this year. They sample a range of imported goods from the liberal kingdom.
How's work going, Mr. Department Store of Eternal Affairs, or Mr. Department of Internal Affairs? Not this again. Look, you can poke and prod all you like, but I'm not gonna blab about government secrets, Sasha. Okay, I'll give you one phrase. To the fucking moon. We're going to the moon. Space. That's your hint. Oh, is that obvious? Well, whatever. I want to talk about something else anyway. How's it been going, Miss Sonia? You two are going on another date anytime soon? Not yet. No, I've been meaning to ask her, actually. I wanted to know if you had any recommendation for stores she might be interested in. Stores Miss Sonia might be interested in, huh? Well, I could tell you. For a price, of course. Sasha, they're government secrets for a reason. But I can buy you dessert. Art of the deal, Sasha. Art of the deal.
Hello there.
Didn't I tell you to stop selling shit I can't afford?
Thank you.
Are you aware that our signature fruitcake tastes different this year? No? Our green grocer of choice recently implemented selective breeding with their crops with help from a Valesian company. Once it came time to finally harvest the fruits of their labor, as it were, we made sure to stock up on them. Our sponge cake and fresh cream have also been improved upon to keep the overall quality consistent. I do hope you'll take the time to try it.
A movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Understood. I'll let the representative know about the change in plans. Of course. Goodbye for now. Damn it, why do I keep taking these calls off of the clock? And if I need more urgent tasks on my plate. All I do is work, 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 day in and day out. How is it to fit any personal time? Aren't they just the most precious pair you've ever seen? And they dance so well together, too. Lula already brings a smile to my face on a regular basis, being the sweet girl that she is. But today, she's shining even brighter than usual. You know, I think I'm finally starting to understand what this whole idol business is about.
You'll also find the Verne Store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
So this is the best With You has to offer?
By the Verne Store,
All that talent they've got is going to waste. Their stage presence, their choreography, everything's missing the passion. I can barely stand to watch. How can they be okay with this?
it's a cutting-edge piece of portable technology.
Why are you so fixated on their performance, Natalie? Your idol days are a thing of a past. Unless you're not thinking of taking it all up again, are you? You're a chansoneer now. If anything, those girls are your rivals. I know that. It's just, those girls could be so much more. I know they have it in them. What is going on in that head of yours? Look, you've been in their place once, so I understand why you're still attached. But they got nothing to do with you now. Even the agency said not to associate with them. How do you expect me to just turn a blind eye? I can't have With You making people think idols can't be any better than this.
You'll also find the Verne Store, a movie theater,
I mean, a little harsh.
and other various shops to peruse.
Follow-up sauce break. Oh shit.
Verne Store
Almost dropped the sauce.
hottest new commodity, the tea phone. It's a cutting-edge piece of portable technology that's lighting.
Hey everyone, we're With You.
Wanna miss it?
Thank you so much for coming out to see us. Oh, it's that idol group. It looks like they're having a live event here. You met him in person, right? Heard you helped him out with a request? Van left it in his notes. I'm surprised they'd even hosted an event in a mall of all places. They still drew one heck of a crowd. What do I know? They may be part of a fledgling industry, but that hasn't stopped them from capturing the hearts of all these fans.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Verne Store, a movie theater,
Phew, this place is huge. Just walking around, it's exhausting. I was traipsing around the mall again in search of some direction for my designs. But what I learned was that the reparations bubble introduced a lot of products packed with features that need to be communicated to the customer. But recently I started to let up. Now it's more about user convenience and trendy eye-catching visuals.
latest ZCF
The same philosophy ends up trickling down to the ad designs too.
tomatoes.
In this day and age, with all the info we could ever need at our fingertips, people are more concerned with style than data points. That's just the breakthrough I need. Time to head home and start my draft again from scratch.
Welcome to the Liberal Boutique.
And as you can see, the acerbic tomato placed first amongst Are you the tomato guy? Yeah, you're the tomato guy. I was like, I remember you, but I can't think of why. The acerbic tomato placed first among last month's sales. We couldn't have done it without ZCF, especially not without the import contract you had negotiated for us. Well, I'm glad the tomato's doing so well. I'm sure you're just good at selling them, though. You know, I've actually heard the Liberal Boutique's been getting a lot of praise lately, even in Liberal itself. There's even been some concern that people will be so satisfied with their shop they won't feel like they have to come to Liberal anymore. I mean, they're wrong, though. Liberal's actually getting more tourism than ever because of you guys. I want to go to the country that made the damn friggin' tart-ass tomato, man. I don't know anything about it. All I know is they got that damn tomato. As an employee of the woman who proposed the shop in the first place, I'm more than pleased with how everything's turning out. Honestly, this is the therapeutic part of my trip, but anyway, I'll be expecting great things from you all. Come to think of it, you seem much busier than usual, Ray. Yeah, we actually received a request from the West America Tech Union, so I've been having to deal with that this whole time. It's all over now, though, so I should be ready to head back by tomorrow. Sounds like they're both from Liberal. Well, you already knew she's from Liberal. And that tech union they mentioned, I'm a little curious. Doesn't seem relevant to us, at least. Also, I think I remember. Oh yeah, it's kind of cool. And then that. Oh, that's Roland, right? I see the clock tower. I guess that's just the lake. Aren't you that girl that came to Basel last year with the Spriggan? Yes, I believe you're that researcher from the Burrow. Ray, was it? AKA Mr. Tomato Man? Van's notes said you helped in gathering materials for some painkillers? That's right. Also, it's like, not only did he read everything we did in the last game, apparently, but he, like, memorized it perfectly? I don't know, maybe he's a genius. Maybe he should just be able to get dropped into fucking high school and instantly do well, despite having never been to school before. That's right, but anyway, if I'm remembering correctly, you're an ARMA student. I was seeing you met with the ZCF's technical advisor. Technical advisor? Do you mean Ren, by any chance? That girl's got her hands on a whole bunch of pies, huh? I could never work that hard. Well, that's the secret. When you're a, you know, anime genius, you don't have to work hard because you're just good at everything you do. This is the individual who created the acerbic tomato through selective breeding. He may be a tad eccentric, but he's a remarkably gifted researcher. The ZCF is fortunate to have him. And it's always a pleasant surprise to have a fellow Liberlian walk through those doors. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't go in the bank, did I?
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Call me the heist the way I'm stealing your tokens from your bank.
Movie theater, boutiques, and other
More and more people seem to be developing an interest in investing recently. The proliferation of the robot network is likely because of that. Checking for changes in stock prices has never been easier. Moreover, so many Velician enterprises making inroads in Calvert, they're starting to take heed of the resulting fluctuations in the market. It'd be a good time for us to assemble some documentation on how to interpret stock charts and such.
How can I help you? Please, come again.
So, are we done? Did we go to R&M? I don't remember. I think we did. Oh, yeah.
Feels like it's been an eternity since I've been here. Though I wish I could have come with Van.
Why is Aggie looking so down?
Welcome to the observation deck. The sun seems to be setting later and later these days. But once night moves in, you'll be privy to the immensible beauty of Edith's nighttime landscape. And if the weather permits, you also have a wonderful view of the constellations. Yo, what up, Grammy? The view tonight sure is grand. Guess I was right to swing on by. Still, things have been a little unsettling lately, and so far I had to leave the stage to those kids. Well, I guess it just leaves me to do whatever I want. Make sure to live up my daughter's absence. Who is this lady? Oh, was that not in Van's notes? Do you not get live updates? Hee, sneaking into my castle. What a fool you are. As punishment for your intrusion, you will become a test subject for my latest magical brews. You'll never leave her alive. Grumble? Ooh, I'm getting hungy-wungy. When mommy's gonna be done shopping? Hey, it's me, Dennis. This is my juice. I'm really afraid of heights, but if I look up at the sky, it doesn't bother me much. That's why I focus on either the clouds or my hand when I'm working. And I hope my phobia will be cured if I work here long enough. But I mean, it's your juice stand. You could put it somewhere else.
Hi there. Want to try something? Come again.
I'm really afraid of heights, but if I just look up at the sky, it doesn't bother me so much. Alright, now I think we're done. Went in there. Did we go in here? Yeah, we did talk to you. Okay.
A movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Well, alrighty. So all we have left is We did the Sightseeing first, right? I'm 80% sure.
Zoom, zoom!
Yeah. Wait. Oh, that's just basketball. And we've already... Agnes has already killed enough children for one day. So we got the Tower District and Old Town, so... We should be able to finish up our talking next time. Depending on how long that side quest will take. If it's a monster, we should easily be able to finish it. And if it's a longer one, we might, you know... Maybe if we go long, we'll see. I'm ExtraCheesy87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.